Food stamps, otherwise known as Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also referred to as SNAP benefits, and how Congress is trying to take these benefits away. Some new details just released. Let's get into it and talk about what Congress is trying to do. All right, now in this video, I want to discuss with you some new details that were just released on some new plans out of Congress to literally take benefits away from a lot of beneficiaries who receive SNAP benefits. Now, as we know, in Congress right now, they're working on a variety of different things, mostly the debt ceiling, and unfortunately, SNAP benefits are falling within the mix of these negotiations, and they are on the chopping block as far as what some lawmakers are now suggesting, and that's what I want to bring to your attention because, as we know, right now is a very busy time, and Congress is coming up with a variety of different issues, and this is just another one that we've got to keep an eye on because ultimately this would impact millions upon millions of SNAP beneficiaries who are low income and rely on these monthly benefits. Let's get into it and talk about what Congress is now doing and what they're now considering. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video as we are rapidly approaching 500,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing right here on the channel. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember, I am here for you in any way that I possibly can be. I am your one and only daily advocate. I'm right here by your side every single day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing the necessary research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's actually going on right now, as that's my dedication, that's my commitment, and that is my promise to you and everybody here in the community, and as always, I'm sticking to it. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below and also share this video with your friends, family, and social media so they can also stay tuned with what is actually going on, as I'm here every single day. All right, let's get into it and talk about what Congress is talking about here in regards to SNAP benefits, the changes they want to implement, and how this would impact millions upon millions of low-income beneficiaries all across the country. All right, so this is kind of nuts, but this is what they're saying, and this is all over the headlines as of right now. So obviously, I've got to bring this to your attention, and I also want to throw my opinions in here in just a couple minutes as far as what is the likelihood of something like this actually happening, okay? So when it comes down to Congress, we really can't put anything past them because you never know. Sometimes they choose the worst of all the options that they have on the table, so you never know. That's why you got to watch all this stuff closely. All right, so obviously right now they're talking about the debt ceiling, right? This is a whole major issue we've been talking about for a couple months now, and realistically, we will probably continue talking about this for the next couple months because I don't foresee them coming together on a deal for at least a couple more months, at the shortest amount of time, okay? It's probably into this for a few more months here. But either way, here's what they're now discussing, because obviously they want to cut back on government spending. But here's what some lawmakers are suggesting. Let's add some different requirements to SNAP benefits, which, by the way, these are the words of the lawmakers. These are not my suggestions, okay? So please don't be upset with me. I am just relaying the information. However, as of right now, there's about 41 million SNAP beneficiaries in this country, okay? Well, we know, starting in March as well, the extra allotment is going to be expiring, which, by the way, according to the numbers out there, the average beneficiary, or let me say that again, the average household right now is receiving $230 per month in SNAP benefits. They're projecting that the average household is going to go from $230 down to $82 a month. That's not going to be a good situation, right? That's a lot of money to go to be reduced. What is that? $150 a month, $148 a month reduction? That's a ton, right? Anyway, we can talk about that more here in just a second. But along with that, some lawmakers also want to implement a work requirement for SNAP beneficiaries. Now, let me ask you really quickly. Let me give you some more statistics here for just a second. According to the statistics, 49% of SNAP beneficiaries are seniors age 65 and older. Should we really be asking these individuals who have been already putting in decades and decades of their lives and putting in all the time and, retired and things like this to go back and have a work requirement just to receive SNAP benefits? I mean, seriously, you've got to be kidding me right now, right? But this is what some of the lawmakers are suggesting, is implementing a work requirement. So I did not see any specific details as far as how many hours worked or earnings that somebody would need to have in order to get SNAP benefits, but this is what some of the people are suggesting. Not only that, let me throw this out there really quickly. This is just another side note, but if you're somebody who's maybe receiving Social Security retirement, remember, you've got an income threshold as well, where you cannot earn over certain thresholds if you've claimed your benefits prior to your full retirement age. If you're somebody receiving SNAP benefits, how much can you earn? Or sorry, not SNAP. I meant to say SSI, supplemental security income. If you're an SSI beneficiary, how much can you earn on a monthly basis? The number is virtually nothing, right? You can't really earn anything as an SSI beneficiary before they take your benefits away. As an SSDI beneficiary, how much can you earn? Again, you can earn a little bit, but it's not much, right? So basically what this would do is it would discourage a lot of people from filing for SNAP benefits or even taking advantage of this program because, well, if I have to work in order to get the benefits, well, then my other benefits are going to be reduced, or I may even completely lose my other benefits. Would it be completely worth, possibly losing or reducing other benefits to get SNAP benefits? In most cases, it would not be worth it, right? So I'm going to say this much. It's not going to fly. There's just no way this is going to make its way through Congress. But this is what some of the lawmakers are suggesting to cut back on some of this government spending, right? So again, I'm not going to go in there and throw my opinions into that whole thing, but we all know that there's just like a ton of money being thrown around right now, right? But when it comes down to it, these are some of the suggestions that they're throwing out there. So like I said, of the 41 million SNAP beneficiaries out there, about 49% of them are seniors. And again, the average household is getting about $230 as of right now. So yes, billions and billions of dollars are being spent on this program every single year. But at the end of the day, is this really where they should be cutting money from? I mean, I'm not sure about you, but I could probably think of 500 different places that they could cut other billions and billions of dollars of spending that's not going to impact the low income in a way that this would impact, right? So at the end of the day, nice plan, Congress, but I don't think this is what's going to fly, right? So anyway, this is what some of the lawmakers are suggesting. You may have already seen this in the headlines. Maybe you've seen this out there already, but I know I've seen this a number of times already. And this is what they're suggesting as far as cutting back on some of the government spending. But let me throw my opinions in here really fast on this one. Is it going to happen? Not a chance. In my honest opinion, I do not think this is going to have any chance in Congress to pass its way through. No way. It's just another talking point in Congress and another thing that they're talking about as far as, oh, this could balance the budget. No, it's not. This is not going to do anything to the budget. It's going to save maybe a couple $1 billion a year. When we look at the big picture of the government and all their spending, do we really care about like $3, $4, $5 billion? No, not really, right? They need to go for the big fish out there, like the tens of billions, the hundreds of billions of dollars that they are wasting on other things if they really want to balance the budget. This is not the approach, right? This is not a good idea. Anyway, so my honest opinion on this one, not a chance, not happening. But you never know. That's why I said earlier, we got to watch everything that's coming out of Congress right now because, like I said before, sometimes we look at the different proposals, the different plans, the different bills packages, and different pieces of legislation coming out of Congress thinking, oh, this is a good one, or this is a really bad one. And we think, if it's a good one, we think, oh, for sure, this one will pass its way through. For sure, they will go with this one. Or we might say, this is a really bad idea. I can't believe that they would even propose this. There's no way that this will ever pass. And then we think, well, whatever it happens to be. And then all of a sudden, we watch Congress and we think, are you kidding me? They just passed that thing? We thought we were going to throw that one right in the burn pile, and sure enough, they passed it through. Or we think that was the best idea they've ever had, and all of a sudden we thought it was a for sure thing that they were going to pass it, and then sure enough, they don't do it, right? So that's why you got to continue watching all this stuff closely so we have an idea of what is actually happening, because you seriously never know, right? It's like a construction project. You really don't know what it's going to be until it's almost completed, right? Kind of the same thing with Congress, right? You never know what they're going to do until it's almost done, and then it's like, oh, I can't believe they just did that, right? So how many times have we seen that here over the last couple of years? Either way, this is what I want to bring to your attention. These are some of the plans out of lawmakers and, what they want to do here. But either way, whether they actually do something as far as adding a work requirement or something else nuts like that onto the SNAP benefit program, here's what I can say. We do know this much for sure. This is out of the reach of Congress. Well, basically, this is happening because Congress did not do something, but this is something that's happening. Let me throw this out there really quickly as well. We know that as of March, we know that the extra allotment will be ending, okay? This is not just one particular state. This is not just a handful of states. This is everybody across the entire country. I know I've mentioned this before in other videos, but I want to make this very clear here because as I record this video in mid-February right now, we've got a couple weeks to go, but I want to make it very clear that in a couple weeks when March rolls around, that extra allotment is no longer going out. This is going to be a tough time going forward. In fact, I've been seeing a ton of information hitting the wire recently talking about this looming hunger cliff. That's what they're calling it, is a hunger cliff. I agree. It's going to be a hunger cliff, and it's not going to be a good one, okay? So I have seen in some states, New Jersey is one of the states out there that I've seen them where they are trying to implement this extra allotment on the state level and trying to do what they can to make sure that the beneficiaries in these states are not getting this hunger cliff. So some of the states out there are working on own individualized programs within their own borders to figure out what they can do to help out the beneficiaries. But unfortunately, that's not every state. And I have seen some talk in Congress. Again, I don't have a whole lot of faith in that at this point, but Congress is talking about some ideas of possibly implementing something else out there as far as trying to extend or permanently increase these benefits. So again, I'll keep you posted on that. One more quick side note as far as what Congress is talking about as far as the SNAP benefit. Remember how I was just talking about how they want to reduce the benefits or add a work requirement? One thing that I forgot to mention was also they wanted to go do away with the annual COLA for SNAP benefits. So I'm not talking about the COLA for your Social Security or your SSDI or SSI. That also has a COLA, but SNAP benefits also has a COLA. That is one that is implemented as of the beginning of the new fiscal year, which starts in October. For this year, 2023, the fiscal year of 2023, it was 12.5%. That's a big COLA. That's nice, right? Well, food prices are also up about 12 to 13%. So yeah, it should be a nice big COLA, right? Anyway, they're trying to do away with that as well. Is that really going to save any money? Maybe a little bit, right? They got to stop stepping over pennies. You know what I mean? Or stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. That's literally what they're doing here, right? So anyway, these are the details, and again, I'll keep watching this. Anything else going on out there, I'll bring it to your attention right away. So again, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Yeah, pretty exciting how rapidly we are approaching that 500,000 subscribers here on the channel. I know we're still a little ways away, but seriously, growing quickly here. It's amazing. So again, thank you so much for your support. I truly do appreciate it. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next